Start off with a couple players. We're going to start off with Isaiah Sayles to get us going. Isaiah, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about y'all?
Doing great. Maybe we'll just get you started just talking about Saturday's game and how well the defense performed and what your impressions were from that game, and then we'll take some questions, okay?
Well, I think that we played pretty well. We had a lot of turnover. We were playing with a lot of intensity. We believed in the coaches and the game plan that we did. We wanted to blitz a lot. We wanted to be the aggressors, and I think that's what we accomplished on Saturday.
Yeah, that pass rush, I know you weren't here, but it's kind of been lacking a little bit here. You look kind of, it was 9 sacks in 11 games a year ago. And for you guys already have 7 and have a whole bunch of contributors too. Just kind of what's the feel for you guys right now?
Well, before I came, I did my research and I seen that, just on defense-wise that there was about 9 sacks. And I was like, I can get about 10 or 11 sacks just by myself. So, that's what I'm counting on, hoping to do with these next upcoming games, and because I pride myself on being a good pass rusher and everything. And, Coach Beard has been wanting to blitz a lot. We have different coverages, different disguises where, you guys seen on Saturday, we had safeties coming down, we had cornerbacks coming down, and I think we're going to be real successful that way.
Coach said that you have the potential to be an elite pass rusher in the Valley. Just what do you think when you hear something like that? And do you think you can be an elite pass rusher in this league?
Well, frankly, I appreciate him for saying that, and I think that that's something that I pride myself on. Again, I've always been a slender guy and trying to, build myself to stop the run. But, my biggest thing has always been, pass rushing. And everywhere I've gone, I've had double-digit sacks. And I want to be the best. And if he believes in myself, then I think I can too. And I think that I can do it myself.
I know the game probably didn't turn out quite like you guys had hoped, but the defensive unit stifled a pretty good UCA team. What does that do for your guys' confidence level going into the rest of the year?
Well, starting back from, the Oklahoma game, we had a pretty good second half, and then, we felt pretty good about the stuff that we seen on film, and that, we felt that, obviously it's a big difference from UCA to Oklahoma. So we felt that we'd be able to compete a little bit better with these guys, going to the game and seeing, how they play with everything. It's a very good confidence booster, seeing that, we had a lot of 3-and-outs, a lot of turnovers. And, we were just counting down the days until the next time we play them.
Can you just talk a little bit how weird it is to play a team back-to-back, and how easy or harder, difficult to be to prepare for it? Is it easier?
I really don't know yet, but having the extra time to go over and watch what we could have done better, I think that we'll be able to capitalize and hone in on the things that we did good. And of course they'll do the same. So we'll come with a couple of different looks, and I think we'll be better next time.
You got to feel like, oh, we let that one get away. I'm sure the mood in the locker room is like, oh, we should have won that game.
Oh, of course. Yeah. We all think as a team that we should have won that game, but the football guys wanted us to, have another lesson and, probably have us come and get us a win here in Springfield.
What are you going to do for the next 3 weeks? Do you take a little vacation, just kind of hang out, or how do you stay sharp for the next couple of weeks here?
We keep watching film, keep on it with Coach C that we have, our strength and conditioning coach. Get in there, build a little bit more muscle, head into the training room and get a lot of recovery done, just focus on the little things so we can be better next time we play them.
Isaiah, you mentioned obviously you'd rather win the game, of course, but how nice was it to see some of the things you've been working on in practice actually start to pay off on the field?
Oh, yeah. It was great to see the certain things that we were working on. Me in particular, my pass rush was my get off and everything. My coach told me that, I'm a speed rush guy, so hone in on that and not try to, bull rush everybody because, that's not my forte. So, but defensive-wise, the way that Coach Beard was telling us to be the aggressors and understand the game and see the little things that they do, we honed in on that. And I think, again, that we can capitalize on that and then move it on to the next game when we play them.
You had kind of a streaky you just had like a little stretch in there where it just kind of seemed like you took over. I don't know if it was during the second quarter, but there was one series where you had the sack and I think they held you. And how much do you have to work to try to make that like an entire game? And did you kind of feel like, oh, I'm starting to find a groove here?
Yeah, I've always felt that like it's been part of my downfall that I have the certain spurts where I get off the ball and everything like that, but I try to make it a full course game. And I think that just goes back to getting back into the training room and recovery and everything, because I'm one of the lightest dudes on the D line, so I'm more speed rush and fast twitch than anybody else on the D line. So I think that again, watching the film and getting back to what I can do best and understanding that and talking to my coach, I think that he'll be able to help me next time we play him here in Springfield.
One of the big pieces of playing in the fall is getting ready for the spring. And with all the new pieces on defense, just how do you think you guys are meshing at this point?
Well, I think that we're meshing pretty good. We got Jeremy Webb, we got me, myself, we got Ikena. We have a lot of dudes, from different places that came in, JUCO, transfer-wise. And we only got 2 freshmen playing, really, Connor and Mikey. And they're hats off to them because they're playing their tails off. And I think, it's more camaraderie. We understand, that we all want to win. It's more, juniors and seniors on the defense who are starting and playing more this year than I believe they were last year. But, we all understand we have all have one mindset.
How much does it excite you that you have a guy like Jeremy behind you, kind of locking down some pretty good receivers early on now, and it just kind of gives you maybe a little more time to get to the quarterback? Oh
yeah, I love him to death. He's my roommate actually, so we talk about it all the time. I look at him to the sideline, if he's right there when he was on number 5, I don't even think he had any catches, so I don't even worry about that side anymore.
All right, Isaiah, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Kevon Latulas is next. He was the Valley Performer of the Week. Doing okay today?
Yes, sir.
All right. Congratulations on getting the Missouri Valley Performer of the Week honors this week. And what does that mean to you and your teammates?
It's a blessing, honestly. My team, we've been working real hard throughout the whole COVID situation and everything, but we've been pushing through. Hopefully, next game we get a better outcome.
You got the start this week. Was going into the game, did you just know that you were going to have the game that you did, and you knew that you just wanted to put your fingerprints all over it?
Honestly, I just put it in God's hands. I like to do that, put everything in God's hands, let him work out. And thankfully, he just blessed me to have a good game. That's what happened.
Coach said that you guys had seen something on their special teams in practice that you could take advantage of, and you were able to do that. Tell me a little bit about that play and that touchdown, and to be able to practice something and then see it actually happen in the game.
Yes, sir. It was really exciting because throughout the whole week of practice, I had got it, and the first time we had did it, I had missed it. And I was this close, and I said, next time I'm getting it. So it was perfect the second time, and it was just on from there.
And your summer getting here to Missouri State, you had to finish some classes. What was that like, wrapping that up through the summer and then getting here and then starting practice?
I was real anxious. I was ready to get here and get started. I had been missing football, so I was ready to get back into it.
Was it just like 1 or 2 classes you had to wrap up? And
yes, sir. I had to take a an extra class, but it was fun. It all ended up working out well.
You're listed as a wide receiver coming in here, and you're having to take all these running back reps. Just kind of what has that transition been like for you?
It's been pretty smooth. They've helped me out a lot. They just let me use my God-given ability to just let me go out there and use what I can do.
And you had a pretty good connection with Jaden the other day. Just how much are you experiencing that?
It's going good. Me and JJ, we talk a lot. He helped me out during practice a lot, and helped me know which way to which like holes to use and stuff like that. So they've been helping me a lot. The whole coaching staff and everybody, teammates included.
Kevon, how much pride do you take in the fact that you can do a little bit of everything, play some special teams, get behind the line, also go out wide?
Honestly, I'm just grateful to have the opportunity to play. That's what I came here to do. I came here to help the school win the championship, and that's what my goals are.
What drew you here to Missouri State?
Honestly, on the visit, it was just like a lot of love. The players, the coaches, everybody seemed real family oriented, and it made everything feel like home. So I committed on my visit.
Championship's a weird word around Missouri State football. Just what have you kind of seen that kind of says, hey, we can do this here?
A lot of the guys on the team, we have a lot of talent. Our depth can play. We have great coaching. So I got a pretty good feeling about this year coming up.
I mean, they kind of asked it earlier, but you're listed as a wide receiver. You're coming out of the backfield. You can go out wide. You're blocking punts. Have you talked to them about playing defense? That way you can just stay on the field all 6 minutes? Like, what's up with that?
I just play my role, honestly. I just do what the team needs. So.
How's your arm?
Sir?
How's your arm?
I mean, it's nice, but we feel like we got quarterbacks that can handle the job pretty well.
Now, did you get recruited by the previous coaching staff, or did you come in with Petrino?
I got recruited by the previous coaching staff.
So when the transition came, what was your reaction to that, and did you ever waver at all or not?
No, sir. I committed, and the school was my first opportunity. They gave me my first chance, so I was pretty stuck to come in here, regardless of the situation. I was gonna have to fight through it. That's what JUCO was. You had to battle and strive. So I was used to it.
When it's a name like Bobby Petrino, kind of a familiar name to football people, that kind of had to excite you, didn't it?
Yes, sir. He a real good coach. He helped me out a lot. Him and all the other coaches, Coach Fouch, my running back coach, they all been real good with teaching me and helping me and stuff like that and getting me prepared and ready for each game.
Did they see you, did the new coaching staff see you as a running back kind of immediately? Just how did that transition kind of go? How'd they ask you when was it decided that you needed to move there?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I was just ready to play, and they said running back, and I was like, okay, I'm cool with it, I'm fine. I wasn't nervous or anything.
Any other questions for Kevon?
One more here.
Or Dan?
Well, Kevon, I mean, I guess you can at least see the guys coming at you to tackle you as a running back, as opposed to a receiver sometimes when you get blindsided, huh?
Yes, sir. It's a part of football, I guess. Tackling and getting hit is just part of the game.
All right, buddy. Congratulations on a great week. We're looking forward to seeing you on the field at home here in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You have a blessed one.
We'll have Coach Petrino here momentarily, so we'll take a quick break and have him on here within the next minute or two here. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How's it going?
Doing well. Why don't we start off with just a quick overview of Saturday's game at UCA and your impressions from Conway?
Yeah, I really liked how hard we played and how physical and fast our defense played with a lot of intensity. They did a really nice job of shutting down what they like to do with their RPO game and their deep throws and their run game. Offensively, we're a work in process. We're just not consistent enough to be able to move the ball every time and get it in the end zone like we want to. I thought our guys competed hard, but we made a lot of errors. We made some assignment errors. We had a lot of technique errors. Their experience showed that they knew the game of football better than we do right now. They did a lot of different things with their defensive front, their coverages, and at times it made us hesitate and not play fast. But we were still able to put some drives together and made some good plays and in a position to win the game, and then weren't able to convert and come through to win the game. Special teams, we had the big block, but the rest of special teams we must improve on, particularly on our punt coverage and our kickoff coverage. I wasn't happy with those at all.
Coach, you mentioned some of the mistakes, the turnovers and the penalties specifically. How much of that is just the simple fact that we didn't really have a normal year? There wasn't as much time for you guys to work with the players.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to measure, right? You don't know how to measure that. It's just it's not acceptable. It's not what we want, and I think Jaden needs to really understand that, there's a difference between high school football and college football, and these pass rushers and the linebackers adding on. He needs to be able to get the ball against his body and keep two hands on the ball when he's in the pocket. He made a couple plays scrambling out and, helped us drive and score a touchdown. But he has to take care of the football, and he has to be able to understand I'm going to get sacked at times, and when I get sacked, I need to take care of the ball.
Coach, there seemed to be a lot more read options and power read options and plays that designed Jaden to run with the football. Was that more of an expansion of the playbook? Because we didn't see a ton of that against Oklahoma, or was that just, going up against an opponent where you thought you'd be able to do more of those running plays with Jaden?
Yeah, I mean, it was really a little bit more of the power read game, where we were able to either get our running back circling the defense or Jaden keeping the ball and coming downhill. It helped us because they were doing a lot of angling and trying to eliminate some inside gaps. So at first we got the ball to our back and he was able to get out, and most of them were to Kevon, and he was able to, make yards around. Then they made some adjustments and tried to widen, and that's when Jaden came downhill with some good gains. That really allowed us to change some of the things they were doing just by getting to that package. Something we work on and carry and try to do a lot. The speed of Oklahoma changed a little bit. They're just too fast. So, but it is something that is good with the package, with what we like to do as far as the pass game and everything else. So we'll continue to work it.
How much are you still playing around with trying to figure out what they're good at and what you want to see? I mean, we saw you go to a formation about the 20 without any receivers on the field, just a power tight end set with a fullback in the backfield. Just how much are you playing around with things kind of still?
Yeah, we're still learning a lot about our players. There's no question about that. And, we had Murray out and Lorenzo out, unfortunately. Nothing to do with COVID. They both just got injured in practice last week and weren't able to get ready for the game. But I like different formation groups and different personnel groups. And I certainly feel like there's a place for the power run game. And, I should have just stuck with it a little bit more. I think we would have been able to make some plays. And again, that's learning about our players, because some of it wasn't that we didn't make the yards that we wanted to. We made an error and broke outside. When I just stay in the movement, we probably would have drove the ball into the end zone and got it in there. But they're learning and we're learning, and but we want to win while we're doing it, and we were in a position to win that game. And I really thought we would, but I'm excited about playing them again.
On the other side, defensively, just looking at some of the pass rushing numbers from last year, seeing 9 sacks in 11 games, and you guys already have 7 this year with a whole bunch of different guys contributing. You've talked about how good you think that pass rush can be, and it's kind of showing here.
Yeah, I'm excited about our defense. Our defense obviously is ahead of the offense right now as far as the execution and understanding of what the players can and can't do. We've had more cohesiveness on defense. They've been together more practices, and we have better leadership over there as far as older, experienced players. We had a lot of freshmen on the field the other night on offense, so that they're still learning how to play college football too, and how fast the game is, and how hard I got to play, and how I got to be able to relax so I don't hyperventilate and get tired too quick. But defensively, I think that we're playing fast, and our guys really understand the package. It really helps to be able to have corners that can defend and cover people, because that allows you to do more things to stop the run and get after the quarterback. But I do believe we're a really good pass rushing defense. I think we can do things with the 4-man rush, and I think our guys are getting comfortable with our pressure package also.
And there's some things, I mean, there's some things that don't stick out come up into stat sheet too. Just seeing guys sticking to assignments, taking out and setting the edge and some things. It seems like that's pretty sound as well.
Yeah, the intensity that they're playing with and the fact that we're playing assignment football, I think is probably what you're talking about. Guys have done a nice job of that, and their teammates have allowed them to rely on them being where they're supposed to be. So it was a pretty good performance. I was worried going in. I thought that quarterback was a really good player, and that wide receiver is a really good player. And they still made plays. There's no question about that. The quarterback did, but Jeremy did a really nice job on the receiver, and that allowed us a lot of freedom to do other things.
You've coached some good players that go on to the NFL. What's Jeremy's ceiling? I mean, that's a player who's had some injuries, but if he's able to stay healthy, just what's he able to do?
Yeah, I think he has an opportunity to continue to play. He's got to just stay healthy, and he's got the quickness and the length to be really good. He understands the game and knows what's going on out there and understands receiver splits and releases. So he's very intelligent as far as playing the position, not just letting his skill do it. And that gives him an opportunity to maybe continue his career.
Latulas was big for you on Saturday, and his ability just to come out of the backfield or line up out wide and even on the punt block. Just what have you seen from him, and how does that help you when you can put him pretty much anywhere on the field?
Yeah, we always talk about how many things he can physically do. It's just, he's so new. Everything's so new to him. Terminology, calls, we try to help him as much as we can, knowing what to do. So we got to be careful about asking him to do too much. And I think we did a better job in the Central Arkansas game than we did in the Oklahoma game of really making sure we knew what the package was for him and he understood it better because he can catch the ball really well. Obviously he played wide receiver and running back in junior college. We decided to make him a running back for the need that we had. And we just got to make sure that he continues to learn the offense, know the pass protection so he can play all the time. Because I think that's one of the things you struggle as it being moved from a receiver to a running back is really understanding how much we count on you in pass pro. So we all cheer for him, man. He's got a great personality. He always has a smile on his face, practices hard every single day, and he's a lot of fun to be around. He provides energy for everybody. So we all want to see him to continue to do well. And, he's a good force in special teams too. I think he'll just keep getting better as he gets to play more.
So in your eyes, is he one of the bigger beneficiaries of playing these 3 games this fall and having this time to get in more reps before spring conference?
We all are. We all are. It's all, so new. So to be able to do this is good. I think it helps us tremendously. And I know it helps me really understand the players and what they're good at, what they need, more work at. What is our identity going to be on offense and, what we are going to be able to do with our protections and skills. So it'd be nice to, have Murray and Lorenzo out there. We would have learned a lot more. The 2 freshmen did okay. They made some plays when they got opportunities, but they made a lot of mistakes that, don't really show up until you break the film down.
Coach, just to clarify, so Lorenzo and Murray, they were not at the game injured, but not COVID injured?
Correct. Yeah, that didn't have anything to do with COVID, and they got injured in practice on Wednesday.
Will they be ready to go for the game on the 17th?
Yeah, I think so. I think that both should be ready to go. I think Lorenzo will probably be the one that would be the closest. It's a soft tissue hamstring injury, and we just have to see how he, is able to progress with it. But the time in between gives him an opportunity to get there.
Coach, given the way Saturday's game ended, the way the fourth quarter went, how badly are the guys itching to get back out there and take another crack at them?
Yeah, I think they are. They feel like we competed really hard, and they got a good taste of what it is to win a game, and then we gave it away. So we've got to, take a little time off here. We gave him yesterday and today off as far as practicing on the field. We're in the weight room, and we'll have meetings tomorrow, and then we'll get back at it on Wednesday and start, we'll probably spend the rest of this week just working against each other, going 1s-on-1s and 2s-on-2s and trying to really improve, going against speed in the game, and then take a full 2 weeks on preparation for the next Central Arkansas game. That's so weird to say, isn't it?
Having 2 weeks off and the situation still surrounding, do you have to tell you guys anything about still being smart and not doing anything to disrupt the team and the way y'all are pushing forward right now?
Every day, every time we see him, we knock on wood a lot, and we tell him, you got to continue to do what you've been doing. Very proud of how they've handled it all. We have some really good players that haven't had COVID, and they have to really take care of themselves, and some of that is even like after the game the other night, making sure they had their mask on when they're talking to their parents, and doing things right social distance wise back on campus. I mean, we preach about it all the time. Every meeting our assistant coaches have, that's how we start and finish the meeting. I mean, it's just an ongoing deal, and something that you're always concerned about.
Coach, what can you tell us about Coach Gay?
Oh, well, I knew this was going to come down. He has a son. He wants to be a part of his son's life. They've been having some, ways to arrange that. And part of it has to do that he has to be in Austin, Texas, to be able to get the visitation rights and see him and raise him the way he wants to. I was hoping we could last it out and get through the fall season before we did it. But it got to a point where he said he just has to get back there now. So he really did a great job. He certainly has a career in coaching if he wants it. He's got a lot of other things going on too. He was very smart with his money and invested, and has other businesses that he's got going. So it's not something that he needs to do. He was doing it for the love of the game and to help young guys like when he was young. So we appreciate all his hard work and dedication, and he made an impact in the short time that he was here.
Coach, with the defense that's playing so well in a secondary unit that's shining on the defensive side of the ball, losing Coach Gay, what do you think what type of impact do you think that's going to have on the defense?
I mean, I expect us to stay doing what we've been doing. I think we got to, I think we just got to understand that he's not here anymore. We've got to continue to work and practice and do the things in practice, grade practice the way we've always graded it. Confront and demand our guys to do things right. So we got a really good, experienced defensive staff that have done a really nice job, and the players really respect them and really like the way we go about our business and the intensity we coach and play with. So I expect us not to miss a beat.
You see us seeing Jeremiah Wilson at some point this fall, or do you think it might be better to just rest him and have a fresh year of recovery by the start of the spring season?
Yeah, the next 2 weeks will tell us that. He's getting cleared to be able to have contact, and we'll see how that goes here. We will have some contact drills here in the next couple of weeks, and try to make a decision, prior to game week. So I think we'll learn a lot here in the next 2 weeks. He's been practicing and been out there and doing everything, just not having live contact. But he is cleared to do that now, and we'll kind of, see where he's at and see if it's the right thing to do to play this last game, or where is physically he's really at.
All right, Coach, I think that's all for this afternoon. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.